Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Well, I got this idea from Sports Collectors Daily. I just love their website. I always check it out each day. You guys need to check it out. It's actually a pretty good website. But one of my favorite cards to when I was a kid was the 1969 Sporting News cards. And for whatever reason, those are were my favorite cards. Probably my favorite All-Star cards. But I never really paid attention to the players that were in the background of these cards. And Sports Collectors Daily, giving them credit, they did the research. And it's kind of interesting that the All-Star, the player, doesn't match with the background, the player. So I'm going to show you that. But before I do that, I'd like to show you just one more time. Just give me a second here before I put them in the safety deposit box. Two of my favorite cards in my collection. And I've shown this just recently, but what the heck, man. I'm going to show them again. This is the 1922 American Caramel photo montage of the great Babe Ruth. Again, one of my favorite cards in my collection. Probably one of my most expensive cards in my collection. And I also recently picked up the 1927 American Caramel montage of the great Ruth here. This one's rather tough, like I mentioned recently in a video. The next year, American Caramel Company went bankrupt. I'm sure they just didn't produce a lot of these. So to own both of them, for me, is pretty incredible. So I just thought I just had to show these one more time before they go into hiding. Now, back to what I was going to show you originally here. So I have some All-Star cards. These are just, I love these cards. And we're going to start with the 69 Willie McCovey here. And, it has the Sporting News, the Stars, the National League All-Stars, one of my favorite players. I always thought, well, this must be Willie McCovey. Nope, it's Tony Oliva in the background. So just kind of never really paid attention to the background. Just thought, heck, it must be McCovey. Now here's Ron Santo, and in the background you have Al Kaline. Pete Rose, in the background you have Mickey Mantle. Now, I believe the Sports Collectors Daily doing the research said Mantle didn't hit a home run here, but he hit a foul ball in the 1964 World Series. So if you're a Mantle collector, you got to get this card because he's in the background there. Now, we have Rod Carew here, the great Rod Carew. But in the background, we have Lou Brock. Now, why not put Rod Carew? I mean, Rod Carew's here, put him in the background. Just kind of interesting that for whatever reason, the Topps didn't do that. Now, the Sporting News, the players voted on the Sporting News All-Stars. And the issue came out in November of 1968, after the season concluded. The 68 season concluded. So these were the players All-Stars for the 1968 season. They voted on them. Got Bob Gibson here. Well, heck, in the background's actually Bob Gibson. And again, this is a World Series photo in the background. It looks like he's, throwing from the outfield, but it's a 67 World Series. We got another Bob Gibson. Why I have two, I have no idea. But I do. Let's see here. This is Brooks Robinson. And in the background, Brooks Robinson, it's, as I read my notes here, oh yeah, it's Hank Aaron. He looks like he's in a federal protection program here. So you can't, but I guess the Sports Collectors Daily came up with the actual photo here in the background of Hank Aaron. So Hank Aaron Collectors, there you go. Now, Curt Flood here. Curt Flood for Roberto Clemente Collectors. He's in the background here. The 1960 World Series. Him and Bill Verdon actually were, the ball was hit by Yogi Berra deep in the outfield, and you can't see Bill Verdon, but Bill Verdon and Roberto Clemente are really close together, and Bill Verdon catches the ball. Now we have Yaz here, and of course it's not Yaz in the background. There's three players. You can see two of them here. You have Nellie Fox, Aparicio, and Jim Landis. I mean, aren't these fantastic cards? As a kid, man, I just love these cards. What kind of got me upset is why no Willie Mays or Hank Aaron? No Willie Mays for that matter. You know, being a Giants fan, well, he wasn't voted by the players. We have Bert Campaneris here in the background. That's Tony Kubek. Now here's Lou Brock, and Sports Collectors Daily didn't come up with if this is actually Lou Brock or not in the background. Now some players were left off. They were voted by the players, but Topps decided not to issue cards for these players, like Juan Marichal, the players picked, Boog Powell, Dave McNally, Frank Howard, who else? Aparicio, Billy Williams. So why? It's kind of interesting. Topps decided not to issue cards for them. We got the great Johnny Bench here, and we're not sure. The Sports Collector Daily wasn't sure. They couldn't match up the photo here, if this is actually Johnny Bench or not. But hey, thought that was really interesting. And I'd like to show you a photo of the day. I don't know if I showed you this or not. Real cool photo, spring training, late in his career, Lou Gehrig. Just a beautiful photo of Lou. So hey, thanks for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Bye.